Hey y'all, it is Hope at Crafty Hope, and I am here working on my little junk journal, page 15. And this is the back side of that graph paper I worked on in the last video. And since it is so thin, I decided to go ahead and just lay down a piece of music paper straight on it. I kind of tore it down. I tore it too short, so I'm going to add another little strip over here, you see, to this side. And again, I'm just gluing that down with an Oohoo glue stick and getting that down. And I really wanted to just slap some paint down and get some color right on top of it. So I pulled out a pretty teal and a deep plum in acrylic paints. And I am just smearing that on there with a paintbrush. This is a big fat cheap paintbrush. Just I wouldn't say big fat. It's kind of a flat but kind of wide paintbrush. So I put that blue down with that and then used my finger to put that pretty plum down. And I really love how that blue and that purple kind of just, I don't know, mix in with each other and create a whole other shade in itself. It worked beautifully. And then I dried that real good because I really wasn't sure what was going to come next. So I made sure to get that paint good and dry on there. And then I pulled out a Neocolor 2 in black. This is water soluble, but I'm not going to use my water brush with it. I just wanted a nice deep black on there for a little bit of contrast. And then I pulled out my hand carved stamps. Now these, this one, I don't know, it's just kind of random design, and I'm using the Distress Oxide in a probably like spice marmalade or something like that. That's just pretty orange yellow color that I really like how it looks on top of those end of the spectrum colors. That orange kind of gives it its own life somehow. I don't know, I really like those. I guess it's not contrasting. Are they complementary? I don't know. They just, are opposite ends of the spectrum from one another. And then I started looking on my desk for a focal, and I found this pretty little paper doll from Tim Holtz. It's a ballerina, and so I put her off to the side while I add a few more marks, and that's just a white Posca paint pen, and I added some dots alongside my little dashes over there, and then used a pencil just to put some little scribbles for a little more something something. And again, digging into some of the papers that are just sitting there on my desk, I grabbed a couple things, some more of that music paper, and then some kind of ledger paper that was there. And I'm trying to figure out a little bit of a background for that ballerina to stand on. And I like the music note because, ballerinas dance to music. So I thought that music paper worked really well as being the top piece in there. And I just glued that to that ledger paper and then glued my little ballerina on top of the two of them. And I don't glue her down straight into the book. I go ahead and pull her off to the side and take my Stabilo all pencil in black and just go around her because I want her to pop a little bit off that page. And so I'm using just a thin water brush to go around her and, add that shadow and dimension that I love that the Stabilo gives when you add some water to it. So I'm just going around her a little bit to make her pop and make her stand out and be the star that she is. So I've got her, and so then I need a sentiment to go with her, and I grab again my Tim Holtz what are small talk stickers, and this one I believe says believe in yourself, which if you're a ballerina, you've really got to believe in yourself to get up on that stage and do all your little things. So I thought she was perfect for that little sentiment, and I just stuck it right on down there along with her. And then since the Stabilo all pencil was out, I went ahead and went around the sentiment. And again, I used my water brush to bring that forward a little bit and let both of those pop. And then since I had those little dots with the dashes on the side, I just added the little dots, a couple of them to the top and bottom of that sentiment, and finished this page. And I love it. And I hope you do too. Make sure to give me a thumbs up if you do and subscribe. I appreciate you watching, and come back later to see what I've got. Thanks, guys. Bye.